Hello, my friends, and welcome back to New Dalancia, our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Well, I guess it's not really. I mean, we are using the rules for Dungeons and Dragons. Does it really actually count? Really? First time chatter, and we get a bot. Thank you, 8-bit.
Hey, but more importantly, we have a redeemed hydrate. Everybody hydrate or die straight.
Hydrate. I did not do a false hydrate.
A false hydrate. Oh my god.
Thanks for that redemption. Also, thanks for tuning in regularly. Will Avenger, we see you.
Ooh, welcome back. We I mean, let's just kind of recap and then we'll get picked up from right there. I believe what happened at the end, y'all had just broken into the Institute of Thaumaturgy. Guards were just all over the place outside. But Eulanthi and Talanith, I guess it was more to Eulanthi, hatched a master plan to involve a bunch of seagulls who then shat upon en masse all of the guards there and successfully caused a distraction that allowed you entry. Meanwhile, we had Ian Fear, who went off and had a what looked like a pretty serious discussion with Sarahi, his friend? Question mark. Maybe there's more than that. Seems to be implied.
It's a date.
It was a date, I think.
They were roommates.
They were roommates.
We were shooed away by a magic hand. I'm pretty sure it was a date.
Pretty sure. Either way, you departed from there as they were talking. I know that Tess, you have a Trixie, not Mixie, is waiting on you back at the What Ails You Tavern to meet later on this evening. And I believe all of you are just headed back there. Oh, yes, and Val and Rec also dropped off the damaged armor and shield at VGpunx. Did I miss anything?
We did see Anchor.
Anchor? Yeah, Anchor was there. I'm pretty sure he stayed behind with the Infear and Sarahi.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Chaperone Anchor.
You know, when you're like, getting down and dirty and your dog's just sitting there like, and you're like,
please go away.
Please stop watching. It's weird. Just a me thing. All right. So at this point, all of you are outside the Temple of Thaumaturgy, or Temple of the Institute of Thaumaturgy. There is bird poop like all over the ground, and many of the guards are just completely covered. There's the one guy who was like, it's in my eyes, it's in my mouth, it's in my mouth.
Disgusting.
Like snickering behind her hand.
That's a lot of shit. That's some deep shit that we're in. I've got it on my boots. This is very strange. What happened here?
Just magic it away.
What's that?
It smells violently of fish.
Well, Talanith wanted a distraction. He got one.
And it worked.
Eulanthi is packing her pipe to start smoking a bowl because she really wanted to while they were in the school. And then she notices in her bag the potions that she took, and I think she took a book also. And she's like, oh yeah, and she scoops the book out and hands it to Val and says, hey, I got you this one. I don't know what it is.
You hand Valphalin the book?
Yeah.
Let's see, and you took it out of the apothecary class.
Yeah, she just grabbed a book at random.
It says, oh man, I didn't think this far ahead. You can't start the session by throwing me a curveball.
sorry. I'll go back to smoking my pipe.
I'm putting that on my to-do list. The only thing that's, of course, coming to my mind is Mixie's Marvelous Mixtures, but that's the name of her shop, so we can't call it that, right? Can we? I would assume...
Maybe it's just like a journal or something.
It doesn't appear to have a title on the front, and he starts kind of flipping through it. This appears to be a book with various recipes for different potions and other such alchemical mixtures. Nothing I have personal experience with, but... Where did you get this?
Oh,
He closes it and
out of
hands
that
it back
room
to you.
we were in.
That room you were in. Where have
in
you
the school.
been?
We were in the school. We went in there and we found the professors, and they don't really know much about what's going on, but they did tell us about. Oh, they told us about the weird tiefling lady and how she's doing what she's doing.
So you broke into the Institute of Thaumaturgy. That explains the... Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't explain the shit at all. Where did this come from? What happened here?
It's like I said, we needed a distraction. I couldn't think of anything more distracting than a bunch of seagulls attacking the guards, so we got in.
Wait. Rewind a little bit more here. A distraction for what? To get in? Where did you get in?
The school. And she points back at the institute.
Crazy work, Tess says, and then she bites her lip. But you said you learned more about the tiefling?
No, not her really, but we've the one tiefling lady in there, not the one that put us in Nightmare Land, but the one that gave us this, and she holds up the pendant. She says that tiefling put us into some kind of like special place, and it wasn't a dream at all. But next time it happens, we have to smash the pumpkin.
Smash the pumpkin?
And it wasn't a dream?
Yeah, like last time she said
this was no dream. Tess, like the color drains a little from her face.
Yolanthe looks a little bit like kind of looking at Talanith like, well, it may have been a dream, right?
Pocket dimension.
I've heard of such things before. Did they say anything else?
Yeah, if it happens again, we have to find the thing, that pumpkin, and smash it.
What is the significance of this pumpkin?
She said it was the only, well, when we told her about what it was like in there, well, for, us four, the only thing that wasn't a weird thing was the pumpkin. So that was the thing, that was the weird thing, which means that's the thing. Yolanthe is kind of like looking down at the ground, and then she looks over at Talana. She's like, I didn't really understand what she was saying, but she said we just need to find the thing that's what's the word?
I'd like you both to go ahead and roll, and I'm talking about you, Yolanthe, and you, Talanith. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Arcana check. We'll call this a DC 15. Damn! We have our first nat 20 of the day. Yolanthe. Yolanthe.
Wait, one. Oh, no.
That actually, look at that. That actually tracks because Yolanthe's been over here scratching her head about it. Does not know what like she just kind of recanting what like her brain remembers.
And
but Talanith over here,
good job because her real avatar doesn't really.
Talanith, you realize that she's talking about what this what the tiefling council of magi named professor named Abraxia was or I think it's Albraxia, was talking about a tether. Basically, she explained it to be something that was tethering you inside that pocket dimension.
Talanith looks to Val and, to explain this to him, he says that there's something that was tethering us to this pocket dimension. It wasn't just a dream.
I see. And such a tether would allow her to keep us inside this pocket dimension until
That's
what
right.
time she would sever our connection to it. It makes sense.
Talanith, what was your pumpkin?
I didn't see a pumpkin.
It could
No,
be.
but what was?
It could be that her goal wasn't to trap us in a pocket dimension indefinitely, only until she was done with us, at which point she had the ability to sever our connection to it.
Yeah, she kissed you on the snout, didn't she?
No, she did not kiss me at all. She simply touched my nose.
Oh,
She did a boop. She did a boop upon his snout.
It was very uncomfortable.
You should have bitten her hand off.
I otherwise would had I seen it coming. He kind of scoffs and looks embarrassed.
Oh,
Tess
Anyway, you
pats
win.
him on the arm.
Be that as it may, he crosses his arms, looking even more embarrassed than before. It seems like in our case, the tether was this pumpkin, strange, transformative frog thing. Do you remember anything else?
From the dream
I-
or from?
Either. Anything that might be helpful.
They didn't really know a whole lot beyond that, to be honest. It seems like everyone doesn't really know anything more than we do, which is really scary to think about because we don't really know a lot.
Rack, roll a perception check. Okay. I wonder if these tethers are an interesting concept to me. I wonder if they extend past that of the single strange dream that we've had. Just a thought. At any rate, had you, and Val kind of looks around a bit, heard anything about the mirror?
They think it's safe.
Well, if the council believes the mirror is safe, then I trust their judgment.
But Tess also
I don't know.
Tess has to bring up that the last time it was she squints her eyes and shakes her head. She's obviously very tired. The last time either Yestis or Darkul brought up looking into the mirror, it seemed like it had been not left alone, as we're unsure if it is being tampered with, but it is definitely not being left alone. And also, has anyone seen Darkul lately?
Yolanthe stops and she's kind of like, wait, is Darkul missing?
Last time I saw him was when Brack woke up. I asked him to go and retrieve you all.
And the last time Kolvar saw Darkul leaving, it seemed he was heading toward The she closes her eyes, trying to remember. Sorry, Tess is feeling a little scrambled. Tess believes it was toward the Institute of Thaumaturgy.
Yes, the college.
But that's where we just came from.
Tess has not heard from Darkul, and no one seems to have seen him since he left.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Balgrim either.
Wait, I thought Balgrim was still resting. Isn't he still resting?
Last I saw him, he was seeking work and speaking about that with Kolvar.
Huh. Maybe they're all back waiting for us. We should get there fast.
As an aside, seeing as they are in our employ currently, perhaps we should look into work that they could be assisting us with, or otherwise. Were it me, I would want something to do. But I agree. We should make haste. Back to the inn.
Tess nods her head and follows behind the group.
I think Yolanthe keeps like tossing the pendant that the professor gave her up in the air and just like catching it again over and over again. And then she kind of holds it out and looks at it and she says, "Did that professor actually tell us how to use this? Like, do we just look at it and say, 'Take me back to the school,' or 'return,' or like, what do we do?"
Well, in most cases, a practiced arcanist would be able to give us some insight, but Ianvir is currently indisposed. Do any of you know a mage? Outside of the ones that the Institute of Thaumaturgy.
Mixie?
Doesn't the
does-
bartender
does-
know a few spells?
Or Yestus, possibly?
Yes, this would also be a good
No, but
option.
isn't he gone?
What's that?
Isn't he gone though? This is me saying, not Yolanthe.
Did we send Yestus out? I think he's just still hanging out.
I don't remember. I didn't even remember Darkul leaving. So.
You'll have to give me a moment to go through my notes here.
You know what? Now that I think about it, Yestus does kind of take it upon himself to go out into the city and do the literal job that, he's an investigator. He's looking for work to do otherwise.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean he could really be anywhere. At any rate, it's a pretty uneventful walk back to the tavern. And when you walk in and you crack the door open, the warm air flows out past you, once again giving you that feeling of home. Hey, welcome back. Find out anything?
A lot.
Well, I won't pry for information, but can I get you something to drink? Anybody hungry?
I could use a drink. And Yolanthe slides into one of the what are they called? Stools, and starts to light up her pipe again.
As could I. It's been a long, long week. And he kind of slides into the chair next to you.
Like Eagle.
Sounds good to
Seagull.
me.
Maybe you're better off not knowing.
Sure.
Hey,
What can I?
Kolvar.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Oh, well, actually, give everyone a drink first, because I think everyone would rather have that.
Tess, you also sitting down?
Yes.
And Talanith?
Chelanith is just kind of standing next to the window, smoking a pipe.
kind of looking outside.
Right.
At this point, the sun is fully down. Stars dot the skies. You see the big. Well, it's not really big. It's kind of a larger, um, larger than stars for sure. Circle in the sky, glowing a bright red, but not really putting off any. Well, it's like a reddish purple, not terribly bright, about as bright as any of the other stars, um, but much closer. This tends to hang in the sky sometimes at night, or sometimes even during the day. Sure. What can I get you all? You want something hard? Ale?
No.
Just an ale for me, thanks.
Whiskey. Sure, coming right up.
I
Sorry.
like some wine.
Oh, wine. All right, all right. I've just the thing. And he starts pouring up drinks. Slides them all in front of you. I grew concerned about the mirror, friends. It occurred to me during our conversation just now, Healthius can teleport wherever he wants. I don't think there's anything stopping him from teleporting into the room with the mirror. Institute or nay.
Well, if you can, what can we really do about it?
A valid point. If he
I like
wanted
taking
to take it, he probably already would have. That would also explain why the nobility knew about the mirror when we arrived there after we slayed the Hydra.
Do you think if he used the mirror and then teleported, he could teleport back to here?
That's another valid question. I don't know. We've only seen him teleport in and out of, obviously places that we could see, but now that you mention it, at one point we were taken back in time. And also forward in time, but not by Healthius. This is all very confusing.
He takes the longest, most stressed out looking drag of anyone's life and then blows out a big puff of smoke and passes it to Bao.
Oh, that smells good. What is that?
It's this. And she pulls. Wait, who's asking that?
Kolvar.
Okay, she's digging around in her bag and digging and digging. No, not this one. No, this is a different one. This is this is the
Diggy
one that takes-
diggy bag.
And she's got a
bag.
different jars of a few different things. So she finally finds it and pulls it out and opens it up for him. You want some?
Yeah. Maybe for later. I try not to smoke while I'm at the bar.
Oh, right. This one has the red lid. It's the one that makes you relax. The one with the blue lid makes the walls start melting. So you got to make sure you get the right one.
Whoa. Why would you want the walls to melt?
Because it's relaxing and also exciting.
Okay, to each his own.
Oh, and these are real fun. She pulls out one that just has a packed to the brim with mushrooms.
You just how many drugs are you carrying?
She's a druid.
She
She calls it
Glug
going on
Lanty.
she calls
Armistice.
the mushroom one going on a druid holiday.
Well, druids, are you just saying that all druids just do hallucinogens? Like that's their way of
This
life?
druid who's lived on her own for 7 years probably does.
It's called a druid spiritual journey.
Spiritual journey, man.
She's like, not the way I do it.
Makes me feel
Anyway,
alive.
She packs it all back in her bag.
Speaking of feeling alive, Tess would like a strong coffee. Please.
Oh, coffee. You sure? It's kind of late.
Tess is sure.
All right. I could do that. Let me get a pot going, and he kind of walks back toward the hearth that's behind the bar, and you see him lift up a pot and bring it back over to the bar. Pulls out this little fixture right out of the top of it that kind of is this long it kind of has this long tubular thing connected to the bottom of it, and the top looks almost like a some sort of a also cylindrical but slightly larger sort of conical fixture with holes all in it. It has a small cover on the top, also covered with holes, and he packs this powder, sort of a coarse powder, right up in the top. It's a brown. You can identify it as coffee, and he closes the top, places this long tubular thing back into the top, pours some water over it, then puts it over the fire. It's kind of cool because on my screen I've got the fire. Actually,
How does it smell?
wonderful.
What's the aroma?
Like wonderfully bold. I think of some various ways to describe coffee, but it has there's a very deep, robust smell to it. That's very, very good word. And it isn't long
But
that
you gotta
the
roll your dog really wants your roast right now.
it isn't long before you start to see that kettle steaming, and that smell just permeates the entire bar. Really,
Tess
coffee at
takes
night? Interesting.
Tess takes a deep sniff.
Just the smell alone is stimulating to your senses as such, where it makes you feel more alert.
Tess just has a little bit of reading to catch up on and would like to stay awake a little longer.
Reading? Anything I know? Oh, Valphalin has autism. Well, Val's on the spectrum.
We knew that already.
Well, it is a lot of things that you know because it is Tessa's journals that she has been keeping since the day that we met.
Yes, I've often seen you writing in those journals.
Tess likes to review everything that has happened because sometimes it can be hard to remember.
Val looks up at Kolvar finishing his whiskey and slides the glass back over. Reaches into his purse, and a couple of coins go across. Oh no, room and board is included. I do insist. I'm not gonna turn down money. And he like kind of pours up another whiskey, slides it back over to him. It was chaos at the Institute.
Eulanthi kind of giggles a little.
Did you see the mages trying to practice or whatever they do in the courtyard? Many of them seemed confused when their spells didn't formulate, I think, the way that they expected them to. Talanith, your mind immediately flips back to the zombie chickens.
Yeah, Yolanthe puts her hand on her chin and is just like leaning over, just staring at Talanith with a big grin on her face.
Somewhere out there.
Starts Talanith's face, you can tell there are multiple small sweat drops. and his eyes are just really wide, and he's just like,
He's carefully looking out the window while he's kind of dragging on this pipe, and he's just like, they're still out there somewhere.
yeah.
Somewhere there's 3 zombie chickens chasing, or perhaps they've caught up with a young mage.
He's probably fine.
This is
Talana starts thinking about that, and as he stares out the window, he just mutters to himself, "Poor soul."
this is how it starts. The
Does
zombie
Talana-
the zombie of Bok-Bok-Bocalypse. A Bok-Bok-Bacalypse.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Somewhere
Does
there's this
Talana actually tell them about the chickens?
Laneth will never speak of it.
Do what?
I said, do you tell them about the chickens?
Talanith just he's like, I prefer not to talk about it.
Yeah, I think does her face up to where she's right behind Talana.
Do you remember the chickens?
No, she's gonna go like,
Oh my God.
Oh,
Hold on. Are we is it is the charm piece of that, is that optional? Or are we Okay, yes, it is optional because 2 creatures of your choice. So I'm going to imagine that you could choose not to choose
it's of
anything.
my choice, right?
Yes, it's of your choice. So you having now phase step next to Talanith, you can choose if you want to charm him, which might open up his his mouth a little bit.
Oh, interesting. Okay, but it's only for a
What?
minute, so. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, well, I was initially just going to like spoof in behind you and just try to startle you with a chicken noise, but now that our gracious DM has mentioned it, roll them bones.
No, question is, does he have to? Hold on, because he's an elf, right?
Roll them.
So
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
so he is immune to
And they-
magical sleep. I see that here, but I don't see
They
a.
are immune to-
Yeah, I thought it was sleep or charm.
Mine says we have an advantage in charm saving throws. So
Yeah, let me look. I think he has advantage on that. Let me look.
it does make me appear in a poof of leaves, though. So
Fey Ancestry, you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. Okay, so you have an immunity to sleep, and you have advantage against being charmed.
is that a fae or is that elves too?
That is an elf thing. Elves are Fey. Elves are from Fey ancestry.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was like
Elves
all
have
squares
Fey
or
ancestry.
rectangles.
For a
I mean,
moment,
no, I
I
have
thought
no
you said. For a moment, I thought you said elves are bae, and I was like, "Whoa!"
May.
Actually,
All right, but
now that I mentioned that, so one reason that Tess, you would know that would be because in the future you learned that anyone who had that Fey ancestry, anyone who was of any sort of magical blood, was hunted down as part of the cleansing, which was like that when the disease, the magical plague, originally spreads across Solterra, they start to hunt down anyone who is a magic user, and then later on they started hunting down people who were of magical blood to make sure that nothing like that would ever happen again. And it was devastating to the whole world. But that happens in the future, maybe, unless you guys can figure out how to stop the plague. So, Talanith, if you would like to not be charmed, go ahead and roll with advantage a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
yeah,
okay.
I can't see. It says DC 0 in the chat, and it's definitely not a 0. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
see
not
what
a
it is.
0. It's going to be your spellcasting DC. So if you look at your character sheet and go to your spellcasting or your spell book, at the very top you'll have a druid spellcasting DC. Looks like that is 15.
15.
So to do a wisdom saving throw,
We don't actually have to do all that because Yolanthe wasn't really trying to charm him necessarily. She just wanted to spook him because she's
Oh, okay.
a lizard.
Then if
Okay.
you're not trying to charm the
Okay.
information out of him,
I mean, we can, but I'm just saying that wasn't the initial purpose.
well, that's up to you, isn't it? Are you trying to? Or are you not trying to?
No, I don't think she would necessarily. I always just kind of assumed it was something that just happened, so I don't think she would necessarily care about that right now. She
Okay.
just wanted to be a little jerk.
Okay. She just appears behind you. Probably gets right up next to your face.
Yeah,
She's like,
very, very close.
hey.
No, she's behind him. She's like over his shoulder. Well, I think she's shorter than, but close enough.
So she just like teleported behind him and that's it?
Yeah, she teleported behind him just to make chicken noises at him to see if it scared him.
Atlantis does jump, but he quickly regains his composure and just kind of walks. He kind of sidesteps a little bit, still
Yeah.
profusely sweating, and continues to. He just, and then he continues smoking his pipe.
Tess cocks her head to the side and just curiosity.
What do you think that was
Yeah.
about?
Laughing.
Nothing.
Some kind of weird flirt thing, maybe.
Is that how you were supposed to flirt? That's strange.
Dalancia looks down at the floor and sees all the leaves around her and just starts gathering them up.
I forgot about that.
It does, yeah, it does. I forget what it does for the other seasons, but for autumn, it definitely makes you appear in this poof of leaves. And she's like, whoops, and just starts gathering them up and stuffs them in her bag.
Trixie approaches you as well with like a broom and kind of helps a little bit. She kind of smiles at you. Kelvar is like behind the bar. He's like, God, not again.
There's just piles of leaves everywhere from Yulian's
Every time you
dancing.
do it, there's leaves all over the floor in Kolvar. Somebody has to go sweep them up.
At least it is not sand. It's all coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
And that's our show, everyone. We'll see you next time. Maybe we'll see you next time. I think we're getting sued by. Watch out the kind of lines we use here. You know, we saw what happened to Legends of Evantris. They barely mentioned Mickey.
What are you doing? Don't say two.
A colorful bunch.
Tess is saying it could be worse.
It can always be worse. And he takes another long drink. Still, we're all intact, alive. That I'm thankful. Let's just try to keep it that way, he sort of says under his breath. Not to be dark. I do apologize, just... times are dark, friend. Kolvar steps back over, starts polishing that same glass. Surprised you all are up this late. Now that he mentions it, you look around, you notice that bar's kind of devoid of customers. Seems like everybody else is left for the day.
Did
Yeah,
Tess
Lancey
get her
finishes-
coffee?
Sure, yeah, after
Okay, yeah. She's sipping on it.
a few minutes, he comes back over and pours you up that glass, or that cup.
It is like a warm hug that just punches you and wakes you up.
Smells delicious, but I probably wouldn't be able to sleep. What of you, Rek? Have you had much experience with coffee?
Not really. I mean, it smells good. I don't
Really?
particularly care for it, though.
It sounds like you've tried it before, then.
Yeah, it was just I had somebody else's. It was bitter. And then I got real jittery. I didn't like it.
You just imagine like that entire like he accidentally like drank an entire pot of coffee and then he just like flies into a fucking rage. What the fuck's going on? I grow weary.
I was awake.
Very, very awake. I grow weary. I think I'll turn in for the night. He once again pushes that empty glass forward and stands up from his chair. That, and I have some things to think about, I suppose. Well,
Yolanthe finishes gathering up her leaves and goes back over to Talanith and just gives him like the tightest side hug she can really give. And then she just kind of prances over to where Tess is. She's in kind of a silly mood because as far as she's concerned, mission successful. She goes and sits next to Tess.
everyone is in the same room again. The dog can now sit in the corner and watch us all. Make sure we don't leave again. Speaking of which, the door pops open once more, and there, with a single hand in a pocket of his jacket, Yestis walks in. There you are. I was like, I know I have him loaded. Hey,
Oh, greetings, friend.
Hey.
starting to get cold out. He pulls his jacket off and kind of slings it over one shoulder.
Wait, he said it's getting cold and then took his jacket off?
Yeah, it's getting cold out, but he's now inside the tavern, so he
out.
takes his jacket off and
Yeah, you know,
slings
it's
it
nice
over
and
one
warm.
shoulder.
It's toasty. There's like a hearth going, probably.
I get something to warm me up. Kolvar kind of leans over, pushes a glass of whiskey toward him. He hops up on the chair, which is almost as tall as he is, to be honest, and leans over, starts drinking. You guys find anything out? I mean, don't everyone pipe up at once.
Tess looks at Yolanthe.
Yolanthe
Well,
sounds like
there was quite an adventure that happened.
Sorry, I'll
Um,
just do that on my
with
fucking water.
with the seagull poop
okay.
and professors telling us that basically that those nightmares that we had was a pocket dimension.
Yolanthe looks at Tess and kind of shrugs.
A pocket dimension. Huh.
And something about a tether that we have to look for.
The only one we're
And
there.
Tess is going to eyeball the glass that Kolvar polishes all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and roll well, you're sitting at the bar, right?
Yeah. Just like a glance. Like she's just gonna kind of glance toward that glass that he's polishing continuously that he never seems to use this glass on any drinks that he is serving to anyone. He's like always polishing this like one glass. So when the mention of a tether is brought up, um, it makes Tess just kind of glance at the glass like she's not correlating the two, but like a tether kind of reminds her of something like that is like almost out of place, or you know what I mean? Like the thought process. That's the thought process she's going through.
Yeah. On the bottom of the glass, you see an inscription there. Oh fuck. One moment. Oh, I'm dying here. I never wrote down this person's name ever.
Yeah, I
So
was about
that's
to say it just says I love buds.
that's wonderful. Give me a moment here. Damn. I really thought I had prepared myself for this eventuality, but apparently I did not.
Oh,
Yeah, I could have sworn I wrote about this. That's okay though. We're gonna find it. Because I do have them. What is it? Ah, okay. The inscription on the bottom of the glass. It says, for my flower, Thrael. Thrael. You don't fully remember, like your memory can't exactly lock on to how you know who that is, but you have these like vague fuzzy memories, Tess, of roll a wisdom check. Not necessarily with a DC, but I just want to kind of get an idea of scale. Damn.
Oof.
I mean, I have inspiration for a reason. I'll just re-roll it.
That was up to you.
It was better.
That is better. The 13. You can't remember fully, but that name means something. You're immediately drawn back to the photo, the little, it's probably about a 9 by 13 portrait painting of Kolvar and a drow woman that you just couldn't quite remember the name of at that time, but now that you're seeing this name written on the bottom of this glass, you kind of have this fuzzy memory of that person in that photo. So you kind of put together that this was somebody important to him, perhaps the thing that's making him, sad, as you've noted in the past.
Tess feels an overwhelming flood of sadness, but she smiles through it. Before tearing her eyes away from the glass to look back at Yestis.
Something wrong? Kolvar. Having seen you
No.
looking at him.
No, not at all. Tess just got the little distracted, still waking up.
He kind of looks back at the window where it's completely night outside. Yeah, sure, sure. Yes, just says, I'm kind of getting the sense that every time I ask that question, it's a fucking weird answer. But now that you mention it, pocket dimension.
Something about the pumpkin frog thing.
You see his eyes kind of scan left and right across the bar for a few seconds. You've noticed him sort of do this before. Typically, when he's thinking hard about something, his eyes will scan left and right. Typically, with a pocket dimension, a spellcaster, if you're the one that is creating said dimension, could put physical objects into it. I never really thought about the implications of taking someone's consciousness. I mean, it's not impossible, but it would take a very special kind of magic to accomplish such a feat. This broad's packing.
What kind of magic?
Well, that can be a little hard to say. Let me think on that a bit. I'm thinking evocation magic doesn't seem like a good option here. Not for something like that. If I wanted to do that, how would I solve that? He kind of like trails off. You mentioned something about a tether, right?
Yes, the pumpkin or frog thing. At least that is what is suspected.
Other instances where we have specific evidence, written evidence of someone being able to exist, such as you lot were outside of your bodies when I guess in this pocket dimension, but it's like just your consciousness. It immediately invokes thoughts of the astral. You can send yourself there through meditation. Well, a practiced mage can.
The astral plane?
Not typically somewhere that you go physically, if that makes sense.
An out of body experience. Tess sips her coffee, tapping her finger on the side of the glass.
So to speak. Think about it more like making the body just sort of a vessel, and then you're not necessarily leaving it per se, just a piece of you is. It's a little difficult to explain. Well, it's actually a lot difficult to explain. I'm not a professor. That would be a question you'd have to ask somebody at the Institute if you really want to know. I'm just an investigator. I have an understanding of these things, and I know how to use a library. Library would be a good start.
Ooh, speaking of professors, and Yolandi takes out the pendant and kind of sets it down in front of him. How do I use this?
What is this? It just
It's
looks like a
supposed to send
pendant.
me to the institute. She said it would send me back, but I don't know how.
Oh, yeah, I could find that out for you. Maybe once I'm ready to any kind of gestures toward the inn. Once I'm ready to put in for the night, give me 15 minutes. I can do the ritual.
Okay.
Okay, so pocket
I don't
dimension.
think Yolandi likes the word, so she's kind of like, okay.
What was that? You don't like the word what?
Yolandi doesn't really like the word ritual, so she's like, oh, okay.
Did I touch a nerve? I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. You're great. I was thinking about going back and asking some more questions. She did tell us not to sleep tonight, so
She told you not to sleep tonight.
well, she told me that.
She
We
told you
snuck in.
specifically not to sleep tonight?
Yolanthe vaguely recalls the professor saying something like the best way to avoid this is to just not sleep, but not. And then I think that's where she stopped listening. She was like, "Not sleep, got it."
That's
Which
brilliant.
That tracks.
Yolanthe doesn't actually do.
That tracks. Hey, now that you mention it, has anyone seen Darkul?
I thought he was with you.
No.
No, not with me. I think I saw him leave early this morning. Or no, it was late this afternoon. He left.
Well, the last Tess could have sworn was that Val had asked him to get the others as far as Tess knew, and he was heading out toward the Institute of Thaumaturgy. Everyone was kind of split up. Have not seen him since then.
Hmm. Well, he's a pretty smart kid.
Does he not have a thing of communication on him? Tess touches her what is it, speaking?
Yeah, it's like a
speaking stone.
It's
but
a ring,
like,
but
it's like an earring for her. It's like on her. It's like on her horn. It's like a ring that's on her horn.
Oh,
Roll
that's
on-
cute.
Tess, roll an Arcana check.
Boop, 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 boop,
DC
boop.
20.
Okay.
Tess, you know that
Oh.
this ring that you're wearing, and it's in the shape of a ring. It has several different colored stones on it. You know that each of the stones seem to connect somehow to each one of the people in your party. And then there is one stone. It's a sapphire, I believe, and that one seems to let you talk to everyone. The purpose of each of them, magically, you don't understand, but you know that that's what they do.
Tess touches that sapphire one and says, "Testing."
Everybody hears it. There's something wrong. You hear a very tired sounding Valphalin.
Darkul, if you are out there, please let us know. Sorry, Val. Go back to sleep. Tess is done. It's the equivalent of at everyone in a Discord server.
You want-
Da-dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk. Right, where's the thing? I have to do the where's the soundboard for that? There it is.
That was everyone taking off their necklace.
Everybody. Yeah.
Well, if these things were very smart, they would have a do not disturb mode.
About a minute passes of just complete dreadful silence.
Ew.
Somewhere out in the greater city, the upper city area, somewhere out among the cobblestone streets and the flickering lampposts in the night, A lone Darkul is walking down sort of an isolated road, not a whole lot of people around, and what you don't see is the shadowy figure who pops out behind him, places a cloth of some sort over his mouth and nose, and proceeds to drag him back into an alleyway.
Help.
Oh,
Oh no.
But none of you see that.
Do we hear it?
No.
Oh shit.
It seems there was no answer.
Is that bad?
If you want to go look for him, I can be ready and give me 10
Get
minutes.
some sleep. Please get some sleep.
Yolanthe gets up and goes over towards the window and is looking out, like peering, trying to see.
The door to the back, the east wing, west wing, sorry, slowly opens and Val emerges with his sword slung over his shoulder. Not sure I'll be able to, friend.
Hmm.
Not with someone missing.
Talanith sighs and says, I'm in.
Especially because he is supposed to be under our care.
If you'd like, I'll go with you. I don't need that much sleep. I've pulled an all-nighter or two.
We could use the backup.
Sure. If there's anybody, if I see him come in or something, is there a way I can get a hold of you? Kolvar.
It is best not to make a lot of noise or try to draw attention to ourselves, so just kind of hold him here until we get back and check in.
Actually, I have a way. And yes, just kind of opens up one of the pockets of his trench coat that's now hanging over the back of the back part of the bar stool. He pulls out what appears to be a set of small stones, and he places one on the bar and slides it over to Kolvar. You just got to promise me one thing. Don't lose this. It's very, very important. Kolvar, locking eyes with him, eyes kind of widen, and he looks down. Who all's sitting at the bar right now?
Wreck is.
Perception check.
Wait, all of us? Or.
No, just Rek.
Okay.
Rek chimed in. Rek looked down. Rek, you see written on the top of this stone, which looks similarly, albeit a tiny bit larger than the stones that are in your ring. The word Milo, Milo, is kind of etched in.
Do we know Milo? And he holds the stone up.
You say that out. You say that out loud.
Yeah.
He was my he was my partner. You see his like kind of face sink into a frown.
Oh. Sorry.
You remember that during the events of the False Hydra, you all had found this backpack in the this pack that seemed like it belonged to nobody, that was in the room in which Yestus was staying. Yestus and a couple of other of the party. And inside that backpack, there was a letter that was basically thanking Yestus for all the years that they have traveled together, solving mysteries and investigating, but nobody can remember who this person was. He even talks in the letter about the false Hydra.
And Tess remembers the inscription that she just saw on the bottom of that glass just like minutes ago, and she thoughtfully places her hand over her mouth, looking down at the bar.
Not directly about the Hydra, mind you. He talks about he mentions probably
The investigation, right? They were
Yeah.
there investigating the missing people.
Yeah, he mentions parts of the investigation that you recall.
Rec reaches over and tries to pass back the stone.
It's no problem. And he just kind of slides it back over to Kolvar, who picks it up. Yeah. I won't lose this. I'm really good about these things, trust me. He kind of glances back down at the glass that he's been polishing.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Does us hanging out at the tavern for the last little bit that we have, I know it hasn't been that long, but does it count as a short rest?
No.
Damn it. All right.
As an elf, I believe you don't actually require sleep like that. You
I
can.
do require short rest so that I can get my wild shapes back, though.
Yeah, but it's not sleep. It would be meditating. But I don't
Yeah, I
think
know.
that that's.
I think I thought a short rest was like when you're just kind of chilling for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could call it that. I don't think you've been here a full 4 hours though, and 4 hours is the minimum length of a short. I believe it's 4 hours, right?
4 hours?
Am I wrong about that? I believe it's 4
I
hours.
thought it was like 15 to 20 minutes.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
I was like, that sounds more like a long rest.
No, long rest is 8 hours for sure.
Oh, okay. Right.
Let me look real quick. Get a real quick answer on that.
All right. I just was like, this kind of determines whether I'm going to be very helpful or not.
It does say at least 1 hour long. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
that's fine.
rest is a extended downtime, at least 8 hours long.
Gotcha.
But it does not include light activity, reading, talking, eating, or standing watch for no more than 2 hours, it says. Let's see. At least 1 hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds. So yes, you're right. I'll go ahead and say yes for the purpose of that. This does count as a short rest.
Ooh, excellent.
Cool.
Is that just for me or everybody?
No, that counts for everybody. Yeah. Everybody can go ahead and take a short rest. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Thank you for pointing it out. Now I know.
Yay, now I can shape again.
We are heading back out then. I'll go and retrieve my armor. Also, Kolvar. Yeah, what's up, Scales? Might I partake of some of that coffee?
And also do tell Trixie that we will have to have a rain check on our meeting tonight.
Hey, no problem, dear. She calls from the back. She overheard you.
Yolanthe looks at Tess curiously.
Much love, darling.
We'll see you later then. Be safe. I don't know why I gave her that accent all of a sudden. She does not.
I love it. It's like a
All
like
right,
a mom
dear.
friend.
Just mom.
It's like a mom. It's like a
fucking
mom
listening
cool
outside.
aunt friend.
Make sure you pack some fresh underwear. About 15 minutes later, Val emerges from the room, clad back in his armor. He's kind of adjusting the great sword on his back. I'm ready when you are.
Tess slams another coffee.
Oh, Tess, be careful. That stuff's pretty strong. It'll give you the jitters.
Tess can handle it. Needs the energy.
I'm sure you can.
Yolanthe is standing there smoking her pipe and eyes closed, just kind of muttering to herself. And she's got her hand on her pendant, and then suddenly it starts to glow green again. She's like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
She's like, "Oh, finally!" And then she turns her eye, glows orange again, and then she morphs into her wolf form.
Everyone ready? Shall we be off?
I'm ready.
Do we know what's the last place we saw Darkul? Anyone?
Kolfar had mentioned that last he saw, he headed out the front of the tavern toward the Institute of Thaumaturgy. So perhaps we start along that path and check for clues.
Agreed. Agreed. I think that's a good starting spot. And y'all were just there. Which way did you come back?
I don't remember.
Just along the main road. But yes, we didn't see him. And at that point, the crowd was already dying down. Be that as it may, perhaps we should take the back roads. The back streets.
That sounds like a good starting point.
Tess. Well, actually, no, everybody. No perception rolls or anything needed, but as you're about to leave the tavern, you see something a bit unexpected. Out of the cracked door to the east wing, a small gray cat. Actually, it's kind of a larger gray cat now that I think about it. Barrel-chested gray cat. It's like a tabby walks out from the back of the tavern, hops up on the counter. Kolvar gives him a wide stroke down his back. Be safe.
The heck, I'm the only animal companion in this show.
What'd you say, Rex?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said,
Help.
You all walk out of the tavern. I should really get a night view of this, right? Be much cooler. The noise that usually makes up the noise that's usually present almost everywhere you go in the very busy city of Jopaben has, for the most part, died down for the evening as many people have returned to their homes, but you still see occasional people walking around tending to business.
Are any of them hailing the glow cloud in this area?
Not right here, no. It's not like we can just walk around calling out without catching the attention of the guard or worse.
This requires either a sensitive sense of smell. Tess looks at Wolf Lanthy. Or keeping our eyes peeled and our ears for any kind of clues that we can find. Darkul is a smart young lad.
Weird question. Does anybody have like a trinket of his or anything like that?
Tess starts digging through her bag.
Not that I can think of. And he looks around the rest of the group.
Wolf Lanthy sniffs around at the front door to try and catch Darkul's scent.
Go ahead and roll a perception with advantage. You're pretty familiar with his scent. You've been around him, quite a lot. There are a lot of scents in the Shopabin streets, but you do, as a matter of fact, detect the very faint scent of Darkul.
All right, very slowly she's like hyper fixated on the scent, so she's just like slowly just like trailing it.
You see Yolanthe kind of nose to the ground, like sniffing, occasionally looking up and sniffing around, probably also like lapping the air to see to get even more of that olfactory. Then continues sniffing back and forth as she almost unknowingly kind of walks forward.
Tess follows at a distance, looking around,
Oh,
just
there she
checking out the
goes.
surroundings. Oh,
Rek is just gonna follow to keep up.
Rick is from the Midwest, apparently.
Yes, this is like that's something. It's got to come in handy.
She doesn't
Tess keeps
really
a
lift her head up,
distance.
but her tail does wag.
The three of you follow Yolanthe up to kind of down the street at the. Let me think about this for just a second.
Oh wait, why was he asking about a trinket?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him?
Well, I can't.
Bark, bark.
Yolanthe, you lead them up to this alleyway. It's dimly lit. And the trail just kind of dissipates right here. There are some other smells that are indistinct. No, one of them smells like blood.
Her ears go back. And her tail tucks a little bit.
But you're looking around and you don't see anything except a figure who appears to be holding some kind of crate. He's wearing a wide brimmed hat, but you can't make out who it is in the silhouette. It's sort of a musky smell. It's familiar, though. He's holding a crate. He kind of hefts this thing out of a door and then places it on the ground. Someone else you see in the doorway. You all see this silhouette of this person.
He smells familiar?
Yeah, he smells familiar.
Tess approaches the silhouette.
As you do, your eyes kind of, take in some of that light, and you can make out his figure. It's Bagram. He's holding this crate. He's kind of covered in sweat. And he's emerged from a door that is on the wall of this alleyway. It looks like it might be a back door to some business or other establishment. But he walks outside, sets this crate down outside the door, and then he stands up and wipes the sweat from his brow, looks over at you, who's now there. Hey, it's you. What are you all doing here? It's Bagram.
We could ask the same of you.
I'm working. He points toward the door where you see this it's like this little old man. He looks no bigger than the crate. You're not even sure if he can see you through the very thick rimmed, or the thick, not rimmed, but thick like glasses that he wears over his eyes. Looks like he has a long white beard and missing a lot of his hair. He might be a halfling gnome. You can't really tell.
Well, we were just looking around for someone.
Val kind of lumbers
Darkul.
over.
Have you seen Darkul?
Darkul. No, why?
Talanith narrows his eyes. Very suspicious, like.
I've been working for the old man. Just well, today, actually. Decent coin, honest work. I think that'll be okay, right? He kind of looks over at you, Tess.
It is your life and your decisions. What are the details of this job? What is in the crate?
Oh, I'm sure it's whatever wares the old man sells. He just wanted me to move it outside.
But the old man is standing behind, like in the doorway, right?
Yeah, old man doesn't even look like he acknowledged your existence. He's just sitting there, and arms kind of tucked behind his back. You know, he's got kind of a heavy slouch. He's wearing clothing that doesn't really place him as being nobility, but also he's obviously no, beggar. He probably owns this place from what you can, just discern, like looking at him. But he's watching Bagram, maybe to make sure Bagram doesn't do anything fucky, or maybe he's just an old man asking for a favor. Who knows?
Staring directly at the old man, Tess is going to repeat her question. Perhaps you may have not heard Tess. What is in the crate?
Are you asking Bagram or the old
The
man?
old man. The old man.
The old man walks forward, kind of hobbles, and he hops down the first step from the door. Cloth, and he kind of uses a cane to kind of tip the top of the crate open. And as you can see there's like a bunch of different there's a bunch of different cuts of cloth. They don't look workable though. They look like cloth that he has cut and has then packed into this crate. And for some reason they're moving that crate outside.
I'm going to take a moment just to say how I like how you just said cloth. Cloth!
Cloth!
Cloth.
Cloth! Cloth!
I'm
Cloth!
tailoring is the family business.
Oh, how handy. Tess must apologize. And so when he opened up this box, like, was it like it tipped over and the cloth spilled over, or is it just like you can see into the top of this box?
You can see into the top of the box that this into the
Okay.
top of the crate that there is a like it is packed to the absolute brim with all different shades and colors of cloth and leather, and they're all cut into various different sizes. Like I said, none of them appeared like something that would be sizable enough to be workable. They look like scrap. But there's all different colors, and it looks like it's packed all the way up to the very, very top. It looks heavy. Tess, the box comes up to probably about here on you, which is about, what, 2 or 3 inches above your navel, maybe?
So not very high because she's kind of short.
Right. But still, even on you, a little taller than waist height is going to be, you know.
Apologies, friend. We were, taking our pup friend out for a walk. And
This whole time, Yolanthe like briefly acknowledged Bagram, but for the main part, she's just been keeping focused on the trail as best she can.
Does she smell anything significant from the box? Like,
oh yeah, that's good.
You sniff the box. Roll a perception check. Advantage, of course. You can roll a second if you need to.
Those are not good.
15 and 17.
Yeah, I think she's major focused on the trail.
Yeah, you're pretty focused. Well, I mean, you smell, you get you get a decent idea of the contents of the box. There doesn't appear to be, or there doesn't. You don't smell anything out of the ordinary from what you've currently seen and heard about this box. You know that just by sniffing it is full of what smells like some very old textiles. But that is actually it. None of it smells necessarily ragged or moldy. It just smells like big dry box of that.
okay, so the blood smell that she detected earlier, is it toward like this like tailor's shop? Is it like further down the alleyway?
Upon reinspection of the box, it was actually just down that alley, just down at the toward the beginning of the alleyway where everything where Darkul's scent kind of trailed off, and then there was the scent of blood right there. There's nothing.
Yeah, Yolanthe
Okay, so
is
it's like he
getting
poofed.
increasingly more panicked because she can't find the trail and she smells blood. So she's like trotting around with her tail tucked and whining,
Yeah, probably whimpering.
like frantically sniffing.
Tess helps put the lid back on the box. Apologies, friends. We're looking for Darkul, and everyone is a little rattled. You have to understand. And she gives a sheepish smile to the old man and Bagram.
Wait. And he kind of looks back at the old man, stammering. Can I take a break? And the old man just raises a hand. He smiles and nods, doesn't say anything, but closes the door behind him. You don't hear it lock. You mean to tell me that, wait, Darkul's missing?
She takes a big sigh. He went off earlier to look for everyone because there was a split up that happened, and we have not heard from or seen Darkul, and everyone is a little bit stressed out because we were supposed to be taking care of him, but also he wanted to be useful. So, yes, we have not seen Darkul in quite a while. He seems to be missing, and he has not responded to any of our messages or calling out to him. And yeah, no one has seen him. Tess shrugs, obviously stressed out.
Did you check the castle? And isn't he like a royalty type or?
The castle.
Yeah, he's Govin's son, right?
This is true. Well, that is another option.
Look, I'm sure
Thanks.
he's fine. I mean,
But he is not responding, which is not fine.
not responding how? What do you? Not sure what you mean by that.
Tess points toward the communication jewelry on her horn.
I'm not sure.
There is a way for us to communicate with each other, and Darkul is part of this. Everyone heard the message, but there was no response from Darkul.
Oh, he kind of crosses his arms, scoffs. I mean, I never got a communicator.
Yeah, they were. Tess had no control over how many devices there were. It was not personal.
Not butthurt bog.
You never gave me your
Dude.
number.
I
Do not let your bottom be
Butthurt
burned over it.
Baldwin.
and he wrote, I ain't seen him. But if I do, I'll let you know. I'm sure he's fine. He's been off on his own multiple times. Maybe he just got held up, you know? I'm working late. Maybe he is too.
Possibly. Just as our friend here says, keep your wits about you.
Yeah, of course. Well,
And good job helping out the elderly man.
no, I figured I needed to make some coin.
No explanation needed. Just good job.
As the door to the warehouse starts to creak open, Bagram says, I mean, 2 gold for all this. And the old man hops out from the from the doorway, and he's like, "Gold, you say? I had offered gold, but you agreed to only 30 silver." Well, that's not what's important. He kind of like walks back inside really quick, and the old man follows him and shuts the door behind him.
Solanith raises an eyebrow.
Tess tries to suppress it, but cannot help but give a wide, toothy grin before turning around and preparing herself to continue searching for Darkul.
You don't think that perhaps Balgrim's been replaced by a doppelganger? Taking less money than what was offered is not in his character. He could be. Perhaps I'm overthinking things.
This is a man whose life was on the line due to a false hydra. It could be that he is taking a second chance. If Tess had a second chance, she would definitely try to do everything better than she already did. Wouldn't you?
I think you're right. I'm just being paranoid. Come. Back to the task at hand. Elanthe, the trail just goes completely cold right there. Rek, would you like to give anything a try? You also have some tracking skills, I've heard.
All right. So Rex going to start checking around, looking for any other clues or sense that he can pick up. I guess that'd be what, survival?
Yeah, I'll let you roll survival on that. Hell yeah. You're pretty familiar with having animals that accompany hunters and help them with tracking, that sort of thing. So naturally you get the idea to go to that last spot where Yolanthe seemed to stop and give pause before you notice the figure of Bogram. You start poking around in this area, just looking for anything out of the ordinary. It's dark, so it's kind of hard to. It's pretty hard to see minute details. But be that as it may, you do actually spot something out of the ordinary. There, in the alley, just leaning against a wall, seemingly stuck between it and a small fixture. It's a piece of torn cloth.
He reaches over, but before he grabs it, he's like, Yolanthe, you want to smell this, see if you recognize it?
In her like panic about losing the trail, when he calls her over, she immediately like runs over and just inhales deeply, a big deep, like trying to desperately pick up the trail again.
You inhale deep, like on the object, or just like in the air?
Yeah,
or-
like she's sniffing it to see if it smells like Darkul.
Go ahead and roll your
But
wisdom check with advantage.
I assume he's holding it out for her, right?
Yes,
Sorry, what check?
wisdom check with advantage.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
13. That's Darkul, all right. But there's another scent too. You can't really make it out.
Okay. Okay. Do I, from the cloth, can I pick up his trail again or no?
No.
Dang it.
Trail still just seems to go cold right here. But question
I look
is,
up at Rick and
okay,
start barking at him because he's the only person I know of that can speak to animals.
how do you interpret this barking? Usually what that would mean to you is that the hunting animal, whatever it is making some sound to acknowledge that that's their quarry, or that they've picked up a scent, or that it's right there. It can be hard to tell with animals. Some of them point, some of them don't, but all of them make some kind of sound or do something to acknowledge.
All right. I take it, hold it up to the rest of the group. This could be Darkul's. Was there was someone asking for a trinket of some kind? Would this work?
Yestis walks over and takes the this is the first time that Yestis and I think that you and Yestis are handing anything to each other, and you now are seeing how tiny his little hands are as he grasps this scrap of it's like a we'll say silk. It actually looks rather comically large compared to your enormous hand that made it look so small. Yeah. This. How do you know? Well, okay. He kind of
Rectus gestures at Wolflanthy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Wolflanthy books.
Okay, yeah. 1 second here. He reaches into another inner pocket on his trench coat, and very quickly, not even opening it, he steps over to the corner of the alley. He looks out one direction. Then he kind of turns around, looks the other. And then he walks back to you guys, opening up the book, and he starts flipping through the pages of it. Ah, I knew I had this one. Okay. All right. What do I need?
Rec will kind of hunker down and put his cloak up around to shield any viewing.
So you hear him kind of like talking out loud to himself. He's like, okay, so what do I need here? And he's with a finger sort of tracing along the words. He's holding it up in the light from a nearby lantern that's kind of flickering. Okay, see him pull something else out of a pocket on his trench coat. It looks like a small sack, and he dumps something into his hand, places that back. He starts, checking pockets and doing all sorts of stuff.
Wolflanthy's tilting her head.
Wizards are a strange folk. I always do enjoy watching them toil. Have you known many wizards, any of you, other than, well, Healthius?
Wizards not so much, but the shamans in our tribe did types of magic. Sometimes rolling bones, using rocks and stones.
Oh, that sounds very similar to what Tess's mom's magic was like. It was Tess does not know if it was wizard or a sorceress or what, but there were many bones and a lot of potions involved. She was a witch doctor.
Oh, like with herbs and poultices.
Yes, the village healer and kind of soothsayer.
Oh man, the best working ones always stunk.
Exactly that is exactly what Tess is saying, and the musk is always welcome. And Tess reaches into her bag and kind of like rubs her thumb on her mother's skull. She really was a fan of her bones and her herbs and potions. It was magnificent watching her work.
My issue was after you got treated, you couldn't go hunting for 2 days because everything would smell you.
I've never considered that being a problem for a hunter, but now that you mention it, that does make sense. I got it. But you're not going to like it. He scratches his eyebrow. Yeah, he's at the castle. At least, I'm not really good at this kind of thing. I usually had to get another professional. Luckily, there's kind of a lot of those around. He gestures toward the Institute. Could be we find somebody in town can give us more information. Or we can go check on him ourselves. I might know a few.
Rec looks up at the rest of the group.
What do you all think?
I think it's worth a shot.
What's that? Checking in with some of Yestis's contacts, or looking into it at the castle ourselves?
Tess does not think we have time to be checking in with contacts.
And yet we're also not allowed at the castle. And I
Yet
doubt
we do
the same
have
hoop
some-
trick would work.
Yet we do have this pendant.
I thought that was for the Institute.
Indeed.
I mean, Bark.
We do have. Surely we can come up with some kind of plan.
Wolf Lancy shakes her head, and eye pendant both globe, and then she demorphs, and she's grinning very, very mischievously, and she says, "Or Team Sneak can be at it again." And she goes over and pulls Talanith into a giant hug.
Right.
I wouldn't mind getting eyes in
Team
that
Sneak.
castle.
Yes.
Talanith, how tall are you?
He is 5'6".
Yolanthe, how tall are you?
I forget. 5'7", I think. No, 5. I think she was like 2 inches taller than Tess, so whatever that is.
Tess, how tall are
Roughly the
you?
Tess is 5'3".
Okay, then yeah, she's like almost as tall as Talanith, like
Okay,
1
almost
inch.
as tall as Talanith. Just kind of wanted to get a visual on what that looks like. Talanith, you get glomped.
Anime sweat drop.
She's like, say it. Call us Team Sneak. Come on, we agreed to the name.
Val kind of crosses his arms.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of splitting up again, especially considering this person, tiefling, whatever, who can visit us and or steal us away from our own consciousness or whatever she's doing.
You do not like the idea of the party splitting up at all, Scales. She elbows him.
He kind of rubs the back of his head, like rubs his fingers through his spikes.
But this is also somebody we are supposed to be keeping our eyes on, taking care of, and we have lost sight of him and communication. There's the smell of blood, there's a scrap of cloth. How much time do you really think that we have here?
Do you know? I don't think you know about the smell of blood. That's only Yolanthe that does.
Yeah, but she did like the like concerned, like, okay, the concerning smell, because she did the ears backwards.
I'll take that.
Scrap of cloth is very concerning.
I'm not saying
Can
that
I
we
see the
don't
cloth
go.
again?
What's that?
Yolanthe wants to see the cloth again.
How do you communicate that to Rack?
I thought.
She already
turned
popped
in.
out of wolf form.
Did you transform? My bad.
Yeah, I'm glomping. I
Okay.
glomped Talanith.
Yeah, she glomped Talanith, remember?
Oh, right. Okay, you glomped Talanith as not a wolf.
That would have been pretty cute, though.
Rec hands over the cloth.
She sniffs it again just to see if she can determine what that smell is that she recognized before.
Go and roll a
Probably not, though.
perception, but not with advantage. We're going to call this a
Yeah.
DC 15.
Wait, DC 15 for breakfast. Stop popping up in front of my.
For you to smell the cloth and see if you can. Yeah.
Oh.
Nope.
Damn it. My perception rolls have been shit tonight. That's very unusual for me. I don't know what to do with myself. That's all I got.
Dice jail.
Dice jail.
This is what I get for trying to change their color.
They're mad at you. Or maybe it's because you still
real.
need to change their color.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe the change is needed.
Yeah, she just kind of decides that that didn't work, and she just kind of tosses it on the ground. She's like, "Well, we need to do something. What are we doing?"
This is too much. A glow cloud. A wizard with a team of red-robed whatever. And then I'm tired. I'm
I
worried.
said that you should have stayed and gotten some sleep, but here you are.
No, I'll be fine. Just... All right.
Well, do not be grumpy dragon puss at us because you're here and you chose not to stay in bed and sleep.
All right. I'm just implying if we go to the castle, then we go together. For better or for worse.
Well, let's get moving.
Agreed.
I wish Ian Fear was here. He could probably just disguise some of us.
Rek, what do you think?
I'm up for going to the castle.
We know where you stand, Talanith. Then let's be off.
Talanith just puts a cloth over his face. I'm ready.
Spooky.
Why'd you put a cloth over your face?
It was kind of a joke.
Oh,
Wait, did you put what I assume is a chloroform rag over your face?
No.
you would have picked that
Just
up
like
if it
that,
was...
Part of his own cloak.
That definitely was not the
okay.
smell. It didn't have any kind of effect on you at all, and you have a strong sense of
That's what I
smell.
figured. Well, whatever it was, I was like, okay, well, probably not good. Anyway,
So you all start walking toward the castle at sort of a hurried, hurried pace. That rhymed.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind my asking, what is the plan when we get there? Don't everyone chime in at once, Yestus says nervously.
I don't think we have a plan. I think we're just going to see what happens.
Indeed. Scope the situation. Then
One way or another, though, we're getting our dwarf back.
did anyone consider maybe he might be at the castle on purpose? He is a nobility.
Well, he disappeared in an alley, and there's blood where he disappeared. So I'm going to probably say no.
Did you actually tell everyone about the blood, or is this the first time you've mentioned it? I feel like this is
I
the
think I
first time
told
you've
them in
actually
parts,
mentioned
and
it.
no one's actually knew what I was saying.
Okay, so at the mention of blood, Val stops. You all kind of as a group kind of stop for a moment. Wait, did you say there was blood?
Yes. One of you guys needs to learn how to talk to animals. Yeah, there's blood. That's why it's bad.
Rek, that was especially stinging at you. It was scathing.
I told you in Marks.
It barks.
I can talk to animals. It just takes a while.
We don't have a while.
Like
Anyway.
10 minutes.
She looks down at Yes just a little bit and kind of tilts her head for a second, like she's thinking about something, and then she like shakes it off and says, "We're wasting time. Let's go."
What are we gonna do?
How much blood do dwarves have?
Fair point. Let's go. So you all take off. Now kind of even more worried and hurried. Not much going on in the streets of Shopabin this fine midnight-ish. Probably a little bit later than that at this point. But as you get closer and closer to the castle, there are guards absolutely everywhere. We're talking, this is...
Hang on, I'll be right back, guys. No, I'm kidding.
There are a lot.
No
There
more
are there are quite a lot of guards everywhere, just all over the place. The castle itself is surrounded by walls, albeit they are shorter than the walls that surround the rest of the city proper. They're still walls, good 7-8 feet tall.
Got any more of those seagull friends?
I'm not really sure how often we want to deploy an angry army of seagulls.
I take that back. They're probably more like 10.
Not
Either way.
that it wasn't very, very funny. That was Yolanthe, not just, well, that was me too. But
How do we get in? Y'all are just out in the street, by the way. Did you want to like duck into an alley or?
yeah, I think so.
You
I
wanna
think
do?
that would be wise. Hey, where's that? Where's Corvessa been this whole time?
You don't know?
Cool.
When you get to the alley, Yestis kind of bends down and gestures for you all to like come gather round.
Go
We do.
over to him.
He kind of crouches down close to the ground and he throws out a pair of dice. Looks at you, Rek, and goes, 3. So what are we gonna do?
Well, Rek looks up. How big is this castle? Like, if he takes the time to try to go around it and look for any point of ingress
It's a pretty big
beyond the normal, like,
it's a pretty big campus, but you could probably walk the circumference of it in call it 20-30 minutes. No, let's make it more than that. Let's maybe call it like 30 to 45 minutes. Just to kind of walk the perimeter around the walls. There's a street that does go around, but you know that you can actually clearly see, like, once you get to the back side of the grounds, the castle grounds, there's sort of a it's the Verdant Enchantra that's back there. So likely you're going to be met with walls, the city walls.
okay. Well, I could go around, scope it out, see if we can find anything. It's gonna take a while, though.
How heavy is the bag of holding?
Not at all. It's about the. I think we discussed it's about the size of a backpack, right? Yeah. Or was it like more like a satchel kind of situation? Or maybe it was a satchel.
I think it's a satchel.
Yeah. So yeah, not heavy at all. It's probably about 1 pound, 2 pounds.
Okay.
How many people can fit in the bag?
As many as you want. It's extra dimensional space.
Versus, so I know we're limited on like air, but like if say if we were to fit into the bag of holding, but have somebody who's capable of flight carry us up into like a window into the castle, do you think that would be possible?
Wait, can't Gestus just like walk on in? He's not with us. I mean, not like as far as they know.
I mean, we could all get in the bag and then he could carry us through if he has the clearance.
Unless the guards shoot that down or something.
Big is the opening to this bag?
It's a bag of holding.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
not all of us would. Be
I
able
mean,
to-
the opening though to it. Are we going to be able to each step into it?
I turned Val into a rat. No, I don't.
It'd be a pretty tight fit, but yeah, you actually can get in there. But like I said, it would be a pretty tight fit.
Yolanthe reaches over to the dice and just rolls them and says 6. Ha! So what are we doing?
Tess looks down at her bag and she whispers like toward the group, this thing is capable of carrying multiple of us if anyone is able to get us through the castle doors. And hey, nice roll, very nice.
Ah, god damn it. For God's damn it.
You're losing a lot of money today, friend. We could somehow fit into this bag and get someone to carry us through if possible.
I could help with that. I mean, getting you to fit in the bag, not the other thing.
Getting us through the door?
Oh, well, that's kind of the important thing.
It seems like you got to start, though. Go ahead.
Why can't you just go in? Don't they like you there?
Can we possibly think of a way to transform anyone into a noble that would get into the castle? We do have this cloak that we got.
We also have a sneaky boy, and she reaches over and just kind of like flicks Talana's ear.
Yeah.
If everyone else can get in.
What was your
And then
idea,
Yolanthe-
Talanith? You said something.
Yeah.
Talanith was just going to say I've always wanted to know what it's like in a bag of holding.
You're not talking about me, too, going in there.
Maybe you're the one that carries the bag.
They would recognize me immediately.
He would be recognized. We need somebody to be able to. Okay, we need a person who can get either through the front doors or somehow scale up and get through a window.
I want to stand up and look
B,
at
for those of us who cannot make it through because they would recognize us, we need to be in the bag and we need to be able to control our breathing to stay in the bag as long as comfortably possible.
Val practically turns pink. I'm not sure I could do this.
Well, you
yes,
just wanna
this
go back
did
to
say
sleep.
that he could help. And honestly, you could have stayed in bed.
No, I wouldn't be able to sleep anyway. I just don't think I could. I don't think it's a good match for me to be in the bag, where air is not. There's not a lot of air.
Well, then what if you put on this cape? This cape of disguise? Could we possibly use this to, you could get us through the door and we could be in your bag.
You're asking me. I
Uh,
I don't know
well,
that I should be trusted with the responsibility. And he kind of turns around away from you all. And you see
Yolante's
his head
looking
kind
at
of
the
drop.
walls.
What did you say?
There are windows, right? Oh, she's looking up at the walls of the castle, like the top, like tippy tops of them. You said there are windows, right?
The window, the castle itself, yes, has windows. The walls, however, that
Oh yeah,
surround the
sorry, I meant
castle grounds, they only have. Well, no, they don't have windows at all.
How high are the
oh
walls?
yeah, I meant the castle.
About 10 feet. They're scalable, but there are guards everywhere. You'd be seen if you just tried to willy nilly like walk out and scale a wall.
Now let us think about this for a moment here. We do have the plan of a bird flying with this satchel, but you know, there are guards everywhere, and how suspicious does a bird with a satchel look? On the other hand, we do have this handy cape that is a way of getting a disguise. We just need somebody who is capable of acting noble, looking noble, wearing the satchel, and getting through the doors. Yes?
That sounds
Um,
workable.
Yeah.
I'm not the noble type, other than my charming character.
It
What
wouldn't
about
work on me. She points at her eye.
whatever you have, carry it if you could get such a thing. What about invisibility? I could do that.
An invisible.
Could be that with our sneaky boy Dalancia, but it also requires our big scales getting into the bag.
Why couldn't big scales just be invisible?
Because clunk, clunk. If you're invisible,
Oh,
sure, but there is also noise involved here. We have to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Val's still standing there with his back turned toward you all.
No.
Well, you seem to think that you cannot handle such big responsibility, but Tess believes in you.
I don't know that I believe in myself for this matter. I would rather it be handled by someone more cautious than I.
But then how would you get in? Would you get into the bag?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Even in this, even in the position that he's standing in, kind of leaned up against the wall, one hand out, propping himself up, other hand on the great sword. You see his head kind of fall back down. He takes his hand off, places his other hand at his side as he turns his head towards you, Tess. You sure we'll have enough air?
As long as we plan everything correctly and the person getting us through the door or window or whatever does not dilly-dally, we shall be fine.
And it's only for a few minutes, right?
Correct. Just enough to get us in and start looking around.
You see just this immense plate-covered torso just like physically expand. Even underneath the armor, you can see it as he sighs really heavily. All right, I'm in.
Tess cheers and claps her hands.
If we're to be flown in through a window, what's the plan once we get inside?
Wait, we haven't even figured out how we are getting inside. Who's carrying the bag?
Fair point.
I can carry it.
And to scale up to a window?
Done it before.
One moment. Let me think about this for a second.
Or is this a situation where we have Talanith get inside, ready to scale the castle walls? Talanith hangs out, hides, and then Yolandi flies the bag over the walls and drops the bag off to Talanith.
Yolanthe's looking at the castle, and then she gets kind of a puzzled look on her face, and she turns to Talanith and says, "Don't the sewers lead to the castle? Like, don't we have a sewer route like your little rat buddies have?
Hmm.
We don't maybe have to do any of this at all."
Oh, we could be asking Mick the pig.
We could do that.
I'm just saying, we're spending a lot of time talking about what we're doing, and no one has done it. But we need to get in there. Darkul is. I don't think he's all right.
You know, I don't think they'll hurt Darkul. If they went to all the trouble to take him into the castle, I mean, it takes. I've seen way less cover of murder. Nobles, they
But what would their motivation be behind this kidnapping? Could they be using him to blackmail or maybe ransom or get money or force?
well, that you know, that is a very good question. Now, if we think about to date all the stuff that's happened since we all got here. Oh, 12! He rolls the dice again.
I forgot about the dice.
A guard walks by and looks over as he shouts.
Woohoo! Big numbers. Rolling big tonight.
Guard shakes his head and keeps walking. Yesus pulls out his flask and takes a swig. Why pull
Right.
you all into this weird plane of existence where they did what? Didn't hurt you. Doesn't seem like. Maybe, emotionally or whatever, but why? I think they want information. That's my take.
You don't
Well,
think
but-
they're going to torture Darkul to get it?
I mean, what were you saying, Rec?
Oh, Rick hunkers down, whispers, I get it. Y'all are pretending to gamble.
Oh my God. All right.
Sorry if I derailed everybody.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was great.
That was hilarious.
That was amazing.
And clipped.
Everybody kind of just stares at you for a few seconds. Hey, 13. Did I already say 13? 13 again. Oh.
You're
Melanie!
emptying Tess's wallet. Either way,
Melanie
we have
has
to make
no
a
idea how to play
decision.
with her.
Are we going with the rat people, or are we going with possibly suffocating in a bag?
Actually, the ratkin are a good option here. Have y'all ever been to the underground?
Yolanthe looks over at Talanis, kind of like, eh?
Hmm.
Eh?
Let's do it.
Well, it's a vast network they have built there. Wonderful place to get information, I'll tell you. Perfect for, well, my business. They're not always
let's go.
lawful, but I think that kind of works to our favor in this case, don't you? I say let's go, like, now.
Yolanthe like turns and is already starting back towards the tavern.
Tess is following along, reaching out and grabbing Valphalen's wrist and kind of like trying to pull him along.
Yeah, Val walks
Talanis
alongside you.
follows.
So if we're going, let's get.
And with that, let's go ahead and cut to the ending scene. Now, I think we did have one. Is it one AMA this time?
I think so.
Valphalin, do you have a belly button?
Asking the real questions around here.
Who wants to know?
The stream does.
Who is the stream? What is that exactly? I've never heard of such a thing. I am not familiar with this concept of what was it that you called it? A belly button. I have had buttons on various shirts that I have worn, tunics and whatnot. I think I understand now. A shirt that buttons all the way down across the belly. No, I've never worn such a thing, I'm afraid. Why? Do you think I'd look good in one? I'd like to thank
It's the
everyone
best.
for tuning in.
Should have asked if he had nip nops.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. That would have been better.
Asking for a friend.
This segment is not turning into Ask Val, a bunch of
It's
very...
not too late. We still someone get it in there.
I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of New Dalancia. And until then, I'm VGpunx, your most gracious DM, signing off. Keep a song in your heart.
Bye.